today we're gonna, as usual, go for 6 minutes, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. The first thing I'm gonna get you guys to do is mountain climbers, and we're gonna do 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. What I mean by that is I want you to do your mountain climbers slow, then fast, then slow. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. When you're in position, you're gonna do them slow. Land your foot. Once you're done 20 seconds like this, you're gonna pick up the pace and do 20 seconds faster. And then we're gonna go back to slow for the last 20 seconds. For station 2, we're gonna go with air squats with a tempo. So for today, what I'd like you guys to do is take 3 seconds to go down, hold for 2 seconds in the bottom, and then stand up regular speed. So down, 2, 3, hold, 2, and then come up, okay? And then your last thing is gonna be glute bridge hamstring walkouts. So this takes your glute bridge a little bit further. You're gonna press your hips up off the ground, and then you're gonna progressively get your feet as far away from you as you can while keeping your hips off the ground. And then you're gonna also walk yourself back up to the top of that glute bridge position. Okay, so you're gonna walk it out as far as you can. That's gonna definitely fire up your hamstrings. And then walk yourself back in, taking as many steps as you can. Don't take one giant big step in, okay? So, oh, I see some more of you have joined. Hey, Jess and Alita and Mike and Marcus. And okay, I think I've got everyone. Excellent. So we'll get a timer up here, and we're going to start off with mountain climbers. And again, those mountain climbers, guys, will be 20 seconds slow, 20 seconds fast, 20 seconds slow for this first station, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, okay? Or I guess this first one will be the full minute. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Go ahead. Slow mountain climbers. So you're planting your foot, you're pressing your hips down a bit too. Good. 5 more seconds and you're gonna pick up the speed. 2, 1, and nice and quick now. Pick up the pace. Regular speed mountain climbers. Good, keep breathing. Try and keep going. 10 more seconds, then we're gonna go slow again to round off that full first minute. 3, 2, 1, and back to slow. You can hold, get a good deep hip stretch with each step that you take. Slow. 10 more seconds. And press your hips down. All right, 3, 2, 1. You guys can come up to your feet and get ready for air squats. You can go right into them. That mountain climber station does take the full minute for today. All good. So you're gonna go 3 seconds down, 2 seconds hold in the bottom. You guys can go ahead. Good. Remember, ideally we're holding below parallel, so hips lower than your knees. Pressure in your heels. Push your knees out. 10 more seconds. 3 seconds down, a little slower than usual. 2 seconds hold in the bottom. Fight to keep your chest up. Good, and break. Nice, guys. We'll get ready for hamstring walkouts. This is where you're lying on your back. Hi, Joanna. All right, so glute bridge hamstring walkouts. Lying on your backs, you're gonna take as many steps as you can with your feet away from you and then walk them back in. Go ahead, you guys. See if you can squeeze in 4 or 5 steps there at least so that your legs are almost straight. Feel your hamstrings turn right on once your feet are as far away from you as you will allow them. And then you're gonna walk your feet back up, again, with the same number of steps that you used to go out. So don't just come back in with one giant step. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and Great, very good. All right, you guys can get ready for round 2. We're going back to mountain climbers. Again, 20 seconds slow, 20 seconds fast in the middle, and then 20 seconds slow to round off that first minute. 2, 1, and slow. Go ahead. Take an extra second with each step of your mountain climbers for the slow sections. Nice, guys. Good job. 2, 1, and pick up the pace. Double speed. Quick time. Go, go, go. Pump your legs. Halfway. 10 more seconds. That's it. 5 more seconds. And then you're going to slow it right back down. 2, 1, and half speed now. Super slow again. Good job. In 10 seconds, we're going to come up to air squats. Two, 1, and up to standing. Go a little slower on the way down. 2-second hold in the bottom. Then come up regular speed. 3 seconds down, 2 seconds hold, and then come on up. Good job. Like to keep your chest up while you're holding, right? Do your best to keep your chest proud, to keep the pressure in your heels, and to drive your knees out so that they stack over your toes. 2, 1, and break. Okay, very good. We've got our last minute. Hamstring walkouts, second time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Go out with your feet as far as your hamstrings will let you without kind of seizing or cramping. If you want to turn them on, we do want to get them active, engaged, working. All right, stick with the same number of steps in as you took to go out. Don't rush your steps back in, even though it's tempting. 15 seconds more. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Cool. Good job, guys. All right, quick sip of water, and then you can shake it out for a moment, catch your breath as we talk about our skill. Okay, awesome. So heads up, we may finish a little bit earlier today, and if so, we'll still go for the full 45 minutes. We'll throw in a little fun extra thing at the end. Just give you guys a heads up there. So for our skill, we have goblet squats, we have split stance RDLs, and we have single leg glute bridges for 4 rounds, 1 movement per minute. First one is going to be a goblet squat. So you're going to take whatever object you might have, a kettlebell, a dumbbell. You're going to hold it at your chest. And for your goblet squat, there's no tempo for these. You're going to complete 12 in the minute. Keeping the weight at your chest, using your core to stay braced with the weight up, and then getting your hips lower than your knees with the pressure in your heels, okay? 12 reps there. Station 2, we're gonna go with 8 per leg split stance RDL. So what that means is you're gonna, if you have 2 dumbbells, grab both. You can also do this with a barbell if you have a bar. And split stance means you're gonna slightly stagger your feet. So one foot goes right behind the other, not super far back, just a few inches, so that when you start to hinge at the hips, maybe I'll turn this way. When you start to hinge at the hips, you should feel the back of your front leg working. Okay, so I've got my 2 weights in my hands. I'm gonna reach backwards with my hips, and then I'm gonna stand up tall, reach backwards, and then stand up tall. You'll note that I'm on my back toes, not a full foot. Okay, so keep your back heel off the ground. And then as you hinge back, the pressure comes to the back of your front leg, and that's what we want. We're working the glute and the hamstring of the front leg for these. If you know what hamstring, glute might be weaker versus stronger compared to the other side, do your weaker leg for the 8 reps first, and then you're gonna go right into the other. Okay, so for this one, it's 16 reps in the minute. So 8 per leg, all in 60 seconds. And then the last thing is gonna be a single leg glute bridge. So a couple options for this one. You have your glute bridge position, right, where we're driving our hips up with both feet into the ground. So for a single leg, of course, you're gonna lift 1 foot off the ground. You're gonna drive with all your might still into the heel that's planted. And then the up leg can either be bent like this, or it can be extended away from you like this. Choice is yours. What happens with single leg is it gets a little bit trickier to get your hips up as high. So do your best with that. Try and create as much range of motion on those as you can. And same thing here, it's 10 per leg, all in the same minute. Okay, so 20 reps in total for that station. Okay. All right, so we've got the workout up on the screen. You guys can go ahead and grab your weights, and we'll get ready for goblet squats in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. So timer is on. For this first minute, you've got 12 reps, goblet squat. Good. Marcus, see if you can hold the weight a bit higher on your chest versus down by your belly. Up here, yeah. The weight, of course, is going to want to pull you forward. So it's your job to keep your chest proud. Use your core to keep your chest up. Good. Anytime you have left over is time to rest. And you're going to get ready for your split stance RDLs, 8 per leg. Remember, when you set up, you want your back toes just behind your front heel. Don't take a big 1 foot wide step back. Stay nice and close. 2, 1, and begin. So you have 8 per leg here. Good, yeah. If you guys have one weight only for those, you can hold the dumbbell horizontally across, or the foot that's back, hold the weight in that hand. And then 8, you're going to switch right away in the same minute. Don't forget. Working your grip here. Good. Everyone's moving at their own speed with all different setups. Okay, and then next station, you guys are going to get on your backs for single leg glute bridges, 10 per leg. Go ahead. Got a good pump on through the glutes. Think about keeping pressure or tension in the opposite leg too. So if your foot is extended away from you, actively drive that heel away from you. Or if it's into your chest, actively pull it in, actively tuck it in. Don't just kind of forget about it and let it be dead weight. Good, so a little bit longer there. We've got more reps on that station. And once you guys are done 10 and 10, you're back to your goblet squats in 3, 2, 1, go ahead. Whichever you hold it is fine, whether it's on the handle of the dumbbell. I personally, when I'm doing goblet squats, prefer to kind of rest it in my palms. I know, like I'm holding the edges of a wine glass, like that's the kind of shape. Good. Back to, we'll see if you can get a bit lower, okay? Andrew. Brendan. Alright. Oh, sorry. Are you good, Vanessa?
Single leg RDL, can you hold the dumbbell in the back standing leg or front?
Oh, so what I was saying for the single leg, hold it in the back leg hand. All right, RDLs, guys. 8 per leg. If you've got one dumbbell again, hold it in the hand of the foot that's back. You've got 2, you're set. Change your stance with your feet. Doing your weaker side first, weaker foot in front first. Weaker leg, foot in front, I guess. Very good. All right, once you guys are done those, back to the floor. We're beginning in 3, 2, 1, and 10 per leg. Single side glute bridge. When you do these two, you can drive your elbows into the ground. You can bend your arms and do that, or you can keep your arms straight and press your palms into the ground. I also like to make fists sometimes. That just helps with creating tension, like I was saying, and especially because we have a single leg option today. Keep tension in the opposite leg as well, the leg that's up. Nice, Gabriella. Good, Jess. Okay, very good. You guys are halfway through. We are beginning our third round in 5 seconds. Go back to goblet squats. 2, 1, and go. Jason. Fight to keep your chest proud. Fight to get your hips down, guys. Get your hips low. Sit between your feet. Imagine that you're sitting between your feet. Lolita. Good. As you stand, you're driving through your heels. Good, Mikkel. Okay, enjoy the little bit of rest here. Awesome. Get ready for RDLs. Weaker side starts in front, guys. Here you go. 3, 2, 1, and when you're ready, go for it. Still keep your chest proud. Still pull your shoulders back. Don't round your spine. Like I was saying too, imagine that your hips are traveling in a straight line backwards. So you're not just making your chest go down, you're reaching backwards in a straight line with your hips. When you do that, your chest is going to go down by default. Good. Joanna. All right, back to the ground, glute bridges in 2, 1, and begin. Good. Fight to drive your planted heel into the ground and get your hips up as high off the ground as you can. Awesome. Guys are looking good after this. We're into our final round. Okay, get ready. We're going in 8 seconds with our last set of 12 goblet squats. 2, 1, and begin. Good job, guys. Way to stay on the clock.
Out of control, irrational. Now that you're stuck on my brain.
Okay. As you're squatting down and coming up, imagine that you're corkscrewing your knees into the ground. And by that, I mean your screw is turning outwards as you go down. And then you're pushing your knees out as you stand up as well. That will help you to keep your knees tracking over your toes and will help you to keep the pressure in your outer heels, which is what we want. Okay, we have split stance RDLs coming up in 15 seconds. You get your built-in rest, but then you're forced to go. The start of the next minute, we've got 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Last time, split stance RDL, 8 per side. Check in, be aware too as you're doing these. Make sure you're feeling the hamstrings and the glute, the back of your front leg working. Shoulders stay back, chest stays proud. Weights don't have to touch the ground. Go back with your hips as far as you can. Wherever the weights go, they go. Maybe it's knee height, maybe it's mid-shin height, maybe they do touch the ground. All good. All right. In 3 seconds, you have your final glute bridges. 2, 1, and go ahead, guys. Last 20 reps. 10 per leg. Rep it out. But now it feels right. Yeah, we can keep on dancing all night. Almost there. Yeah, we can keep on dancing all night. Go, Mike. Good, Marianne. Okay. Looks like you guys are all wrapping up here. Okay, very good. Cool. All right, take a moment. Grab a quick drink. We'll go over our workout and I'll give you some different options depending on what you have. Shorter workout today. We have a 9-minute Amrap. So I see some people with bars, some people with dumbbells. Whatever you have will work just fine. As long as you've got some weight, you will be good. So we have 15 deadlifts to start. If you have a barbell, I want you guys to be aware of your positioning off of the ground. So when you're taking the bar off the floor, shoulders are on top of the bar, shins are vertical as you take the bar off the ground, which is gonna hover around your middle of your shin height, right? And then, like I was cueing you before for the RDLs, the same action is happening with your hips. This is another hip hinge movement, which means my bum is going backwards in space, and then I'm standing and bringing it forward. Backward and forward, and I shouldn't hurt my back because I should be actively reaching with my hips, which will turn on my glutes and my hamstrings, okay? That being said, you still need to do some work in your upper body. So you still have to keep your core tight, your chest proud, and your shoulders back. And when you do that, plus reach back with your hips, plus keep the bar close to your body, you should be working the right muscle groups and not feel any pain in your back, okay? So I want you to be very mindful of that. If you've got barbell deadlifts for today's workout, if you have dumbbells, I still want you to think about all of those things, but the fact of the matter is with dumbbells, your deadlifts will probably be a little bit more squatty just because for the most part, we're probably gonna have to be reaching a little bit lower than that mid shin height to the ground. So what that ends up doing is instead of a super vertical shin, you may end up to be a little bit more bent here, and that's okay. If you're more squatty, it shouldn't hurt your back anymore, in fact, okay? So same thing though, I want you to still think about making this a deadlift where you're reaching back with your hips, keeping the weight close to you and keeping your chest proud. I don't want you to think about squatting straight down and up, right? So you guys see the difference? My hips are going up and down versus forward and back, right? So 15 deadlifts, excuse me, regardless of the type of weight that you guys have. Of course, it's also possible with one dumbbell, right? Just go with one hand, and then each round that you get to, you can change hands, or you can do 5, 5, 5 within the same round, or 8 and 7 within the same round, something like that, okay? So that will be for deadlifts, and you guys should be super warm, and the right muscles should be primed for that. Movement 2 are V-ups. So these ones are challenging core exercise here. If you are able to do V-ups, they're gonna look something like this. So from the hollow body position, you're gonna come up, touch your toes, and then come back down. And you're reaching for your toes at the top. If that is not an option for you, if it feels like you're kind of flopping around too much and you're not getting a good solid tension without kind of losing momentum, then you have a few options. You can go with a single leg, V-up, or if that kind of still feels the same way as the double leg version, then you can do what we call tuck ups. So when you come up, you're balancing a little bit more on your hips and your tailbone. Your low back will come off the ground. You're gonna come into that tuck position, and then you're gonna lower yourself back down where your low back does touch the ground, and you extend in your hollow. And then even from there, if that gets tricky, and things may change as the workout goes on too, right? Because it's 15 reps every round and it's such a short period of time. You can also go with one leg for these two, okay? So a few different options there. The last thing is some plyometrics. So we have box jumps or jumps over your barbell if you're using that. If you have dumbbells, you can certainly line up, I don't know if you guys can see that, certainly line up your dumbbells and jump over those side to side, right? That's gonna be a lateral hop. Or you can also do broad jumps, which is a 2-foot takeoff, a 2-foot landing for distance. And you can kind of go back and forth in your space too for your 15 reps there. A few different options depending on what you have, okay? 9 minutes, 15, 15, 15. Okay. Lots of writing, it gives some options for the weights there today. All good, do we have any questions? Everyone looks ready. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll get ready to go in 10 seconds, you guys. 9 minutes on the clock. Starting with deadlifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Whatever you have, keep the weight close to you. Use your heels as you go down and as you push yourself back up.
The outlines of your heart tattoo. No one to tell us what to do. Oh, I'm ready.
Good. Check in with these reps. You have 15 of them. Make sure you're feeling the backs of your legs. You're not feeling your low back working.
Lights around you as the sun begins to set. Still got one crazy night ahead. You know I'm ready. I know we ain't no angels. I know we ain't no gods.
Okay, guys.
Heaven's shining down on us.
Steady
Ain't
breathe.
no better day for love.
Ideally, every time you come down for those V-ups, you're hovering arms and legs off the ground and low back is on the ground.
Ain't no better day for love.
You can try to limbs off the ground when you come back down. That's makes it hard. You're not resting on the floor, right?
Just tell me underneath the sheet. Oh, I'm ready for you, for me. I know we ain't no angels. I know we ain't no gods. And I know that we ain't perfect. I know we ain't no angels. I know we ain't no gods. Heaven's shining down
on us. You can jump forwards and then turn around and jump forwards again, or you can jump side to side.
Ain't no better day for love.
Thanks, Mason. That works. Good. Nice, Brendan.
Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better.
Guys, we're 2 minutes in. Good job.
Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day for love. I know we ain't no angels. I know we ain't no gods. And I know that we ain't perfect. I know we ain't no angels.
15 jumps, you're back to deadlift.
But heaven's shining down on us. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day. Ain't no better day for love. Ain't no better. Ain't no better. Ain't no better.
Excellent, guys. 15 minutes in.
Ain't no better day for love.
Marcus, go, go, go. Good, Joanna. Good job, guys. Keep breathing, deep breaths. And keep moving, chipping away, 1 rep at a time. 1 rep at a time. Already coming up to the halfway point of your workout. Remember with that core work, idea is that arms and legs are moving at the same time. They're going down together, they're coming up together, whether that's both arms and both legs or both arms and one leg, straight, bent. Try and come down together, try and come up together. The hips back on your deadlifts. Reach back on your deadlifts. Good girl. Go, Brendan. Right to the next thing. Good. Giovanna, try bringing your feet a little bit closer together. Yeah, and then, yeah. Make sure you're feeling pressure in your heels on every deadlift, you guys. Keep going, Mikhail. Just over 2 minutes.
One last time. Always been like home to me, but I must have lost the key.
2 minutes, you guys.
One last time. Pour a drink and make it strong, 'cause tomorrow I'll be gone. Before I let you go, we got the night. Gotta let you know you got me like ooh, I'm like ooh. Before I let you go, we got the night. No one's ever known my body like you. I'm like ooh.
Breathe at the top of each other. 90 seconds. Okay, guys. All right, let's start to think about picking up the pace. You're coming up to your last minute here. Go for a strong finish. Give it all you got. You're almost done. Just hold back. 50 seconds. Good, 40 seconds. Active enough there. Good job. Breathe and push. Breathe and push. Every deadlift. That's cool. Go, Lita. Keep going, guys. Keep going. 20 seconds. Everybody's moving. Go, go, go. Go right now. Timer's almost done. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Are done. Very good. Okay, so we have a little bit longer, a few extra minutes, 5 minutes or so. Once you guys have had a quick drink, take a few deep breaths, and then you can come down to the ground with me. We'll just do like a stretch with a little bit of core work kind of incorporated, okay? So it'll be a little bit slower, a little bit lower key. Okay, when you guys are ready, you can come into plank position with me. Okay, so to finish, we're gonna go 10 reps plank transition. So you're gonna go down to your elbows, come back up to your hands, that's 1. Go down for 2, you guys can jump in, follow along with me. 10 reps here. Try and do 5 on each hand if you can. Think about leading 5 with one, 5 with the other. Once you're done your 10, you can come back in and hold the top of your plank again. And then once we're all done our 10 reps and back into plank, we'll come up into downward dog. So try and take 3 slow, deep breaths here. Your head is going through your arms. Your heels are pressing down to the ground. Try and get your hips as high as you can. Stretching the backs of your legs. Once you're done your 3 breaths, come back into plank and then step forward with your left foot so that you're kind of in this like Spider-Man lunge position, sort of. And then from here, choice is yours. You can keep the back knee off the ground or plant it on the ground, and we'll twist towards that front leg. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale 3 times. Once you're done, we will come back into plank and then come back into downward dog. And then this time we'll come forward with the other foot. Right foot in front. Choice is yours on the back knee. Hover it or plant it, and then we'll twist towards the front leg. 3 deep breaths here. Okay, very good. And then we'll come back into plank. And then let's go for 10 more of those plank transitions. Try and go down with 5 reps on the one arm and then 5 reps on the other. 10 reps in total. Good job, guys. And once you're done there, we'll do 1 more downward dog. And then come back into plank and put your knees down on the ground, both of them. And we'll bring our hips to our feet for child's pose. 5 deep breaths here. Okay, and we will call it there. Well done. Okay, awesome. I hope you guys feel good. You all worked hard. Out of breath, nice and sweaty. Love it, love it, love it. Have an excellent night, and I'll see you on Friday at 5.
Thanks, Marianne.
Welcome. Bye, guys.